'cause I don't want us to go. No, I don't want us to go. Yeah, you could be my lifeline, you could be my sunshine in a world so full of pain. Can you make it go away? Used to be so sad that love was lost, but now it's here to stay. Yeah, I used to be uncomfortable, but look at me today. Never thought I'd find someone like you, someone to show the way. But now I know you're the answer to my prayer. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I'm sorry for the burden, sorry I was hurting, but my scars are almost healed. Yeah, my scars are almost healed. Yeah, I'm feeling like a child now. Everything's alright now, and it's all because of you. You made the flower in me bloom. Used to be afraid of everything, but now there's no more fear. Yeah, I used to let nobody in and hide my face with tears. Always thought of you as someone who can love someone like me, but I was wrong. Baby, now I believe. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. Hey, hey, hey.
3, 2, 1. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the Danea Show. I am Danielle Danea, aka Danny Danea, and I've got a lot to say. So let's get into it. Democrats are the party of cringe. Let's talk about it. So, yes, I believe this wholeheartedly. Democrats are the party of cringe, guys. It's just a thing. I've been watching the behavior since this most recent election, really studying it. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's not only ugly, it's unnecessary, and it's embarrassing. Like at this point, Democrats, you should be so embarrassed. Okay, because the way your party, the people in your party are representing your party, it's repelling and it's not cute. And I'm going to break down as to why that is, guys. But I'm sure most of you guys agree with me. Yeah, it's just been bad these past few days. These couple of months President Trump has been in office. And yeah, we got to talk about it. And you know what's so cringe about Democrats today is that Democrats are condemning and shaming of anyone who simply doesn't hate Trump. Like they're like a they're like a cult, you know. And if you don't expressly hate your dislike for Trump, you automatically are his best friend by default. It's insane. It's insane. Like God forbid you actually agree with him on a world issue or an opinion he might have in general. Democrats attack you for not having the same opinion as them. It's so weird and so ugly. If you're going to be so mad about people's opinions, so bent out of shape from about people having different opinions of you, you are going to have a hard life, my friend. And just this hardness in the Democratic Party. It's like there's no soul anymore. Be human. You're like, okay, you can not like Trump. Cool. A lot of people don't. But to just not like somebody just because they don't share your hate for that same person, that is so childish, to say the least. Grow the F up. Like, guilty by association is real with them. And it's just like that term, they live by it. And it's just, it shouldn't be the case when it comes to people's, beliefs and ideas. We can respect one another without having to agree on every single issue. There's not one person. Again, it's so weird that people, want to be around other people that agree with their ideas 100%. This is not weird to you if you agree with somebody on everything. When like there's so many other factors. People grow up differently than you. They experience different things than you, and you want them to have have your exact same take on everything. That's not only weird, it's unrealistic. And then the hate, it's just ugly, again, behavior. I'm going to keep saying that word throughout this show because there's no better word to describe how the Democrats are acting right now. It's really, really weird and ugly. There's too many examples. There's a lot of celebrities out there that, expressed their like for Trump or even just simply performed for Trump at his inauguration. People like Nelly. There was Carrie Underwood who did the performance when he got sworn in, and Snoop Dogg that also did his performance at President Trump's inauguration. It's just like, enough is enough. Enough is enough. And most recently, even Floyd Mayweather got hounded when he was asked about Trump. And Floyd Mayweather basically said that, he respects Trump. He likes Trump and he thinks he's going to do good for this country. So many of the comments I saw when that in the comments of the videos that were put out, him saying that they were all so upset. I was just like, why? Well, you can articulately, Lord, say why you're mad about something. You're probably not really mad, and it's stupid for you to be mad. And all these people didn't have any valid reason. They were just like, oh, you like Trump? You're a sellout. It's just like, oh, you're black. You're supposed to be against Trump. It's like, huh? That is not a requirement of black people to not like Trump. This is ridiculous. And I'm so over it. I thought we were going to get a little bit past this. I know the hate for Trump is so heavy. I knew it wasn't going to be like, a complete switch from him becoming president, now that all these Democrats would now have his respect and kumbaya. But the fact that it's still, I mean, he's our president. So it's like rooting for somebody to lose. If he loses, we lose. You guys know that, right? You don't have to scream like they not like us. He's not like us, but he's our president, believe it or not. So to other countries, he is us. He is like us, okay? Newsflash. Wake up and smell the coffee. Like, this is crazy. And not only do they condemn and shame, Democrats condemn and shame, people who like Trump or associated with Trump or don't disagree with Trump. They hate, condemn, and shame Trump himself for everything he does, everything he says. It could be something so good that he says, but somehow the Democrats will find a way to make it negative, find a way to make it a bad thing. And again, weird behavior. Like, I get not liking someone. Again, I don't like a lot of people, but I'm not going to seek out, I'm not going to see, things they say and things they do and make it a problem if it's not. I won't try to make something up in my head to, you know, I guess support my dislike for that person, to gather evidence onto why I should not like this person more. It's just like, no, I'm an adult and I'm smart enough to know, if I don't like someone, it's cool, it's fine. And I can keep my distance. But still keep the peace and carry on my way. Why the Democratic Party doesn't have the same mindset, I don't know. But again, it's very childish, adolescent. We got to grow the F up. We are all adults. There's no excuses for it. So again, Trump, anything he does gets condemned, shamed. Everything's his fault. It's so weird. Endless of examples for that as well. We have, when Donald Trump survived his assassination, people on the left and Democrats were saying that, oh, it had to be staged. There's no way, the assassin missed that many times. He must have set this up himself. One, ridiculous. Then he says he wants to make America great again. It's a slogan. People buy the hats that say it. And people made that into he's forming a cult, like all these people, that want America to be great again, really don't. It's a ploy in order to actually make our country worse. Ridiculous. And then lastly, and most recently, President Donald Trump gives a 13-year-old boy the opportunity to live his dream by giving him a career in security, I think it was. And now people are calling it a cover-up for canceling funding for children's cancer. It's just like, oh my gosh. Democrats, are you not human? Like, do you think maybe there might be another perspective other than your own? Do you care about learning about another perspective other than your own, or does only your perspective matter? And people that align with you, their perspectives matter. Again, we gotta grow the F up. This is freaking ridiculous. Do you ever think of maybe there's another possibility? Maybe you're wrong. God forbid you're wrong. Ooh, again, accountability is like kryptonite. Democrats can't be wrong. It's so crazy, but want to point out everybody else's wrongdoings or potential wrongdoings. Again, Democrats are so quick to, and people that are just ugly in general are so quick to point out. I mentioned this on the show about Andrew Tate. They're so quick to end you with potential truths instead of what's actually the truth. They love to, hound you with negative possibilities instead of what's actually probabilities. Yeah, maybe it's possible President Donald Trump staged his assassination, but is it probable? No. Does he know an assassin could just graze his ear rather than actually kill him? He bet his life on that guy missing. Probably not. Did Donald Trump do that? I really ask yourself, do you really think that? Do you just hate him so much? You have to create the scenario in your head to justify your hate because you really don't, deep down inside, you don't have a actual valid reason for hating this man other than what mainstream media has told you to believe. There's nothing you can research or, tell, repeat that you heard about something Donald Trump said that makes sense as to why the hate is so strong. And so all these things he does, all these media appearances get clipped and shown to the mainstream media, and people love to misconstrue it. People love to make up their own stories, again, just to feed the own narratives they make up in their mind to feel a little bit better about hating somebody. It's, you already know what I'm going to say, but it is. Like, are you not human? Like, humans think, they have emotions. They're not so cold-hearted. And I'm really, really starting to believe that Democrats are just like the bots that are on like social media that, just comment stuff, ugly stuff. The bots. They become that in real life. And it's annoying. It's like any bots that are on anybody's Instagram, they're so annoying because it's like, oh, am I blocking a real person? Did somebody say this? Is this somebody's like just messing with me through a computer? You get so annoyed. Compliments are not, but especially when it's ugly stuff. So this ugly behavior and these bots popping up everywhere saying what they just are told to say, what they heard, and just repeating to say. I, again, we gotta bring humanity back. We gotta you start using our minds again. So ever stop and think maybe the reason President Donald Trump survived that assassination, those twice he survived assassination, is because maybe he has God's favor. Maybe God was like, I'm not done with him yet. Maybe because Donald Trump is a strong man. Maybe he just got lucky. Maybe um maybe Trump wants America to get back to the way it was when common sense was common. When he says make America great again, maybe he wants America to get back to where people weren't easily offended by the truth. Maybe that's what Donald Trump means when he says make America great again. Or back when families, I've spoken about this before, back in the 60s when Black families were thriving. The family unit, the nuclear family was thriving. People were thriving because of it. Maybe that's what he means when he says make America great again. Maybe President Donald Trump fulfilled that little boy, that 13-year-old boy's dream because he felt sympathy for him. All the things he went through, the cancer treatments, the, missing out on, being a kid, and gave him that opportunity because he has a heart and he's loving, he's caring. Does that ever stop? Do you ever stop and think maybe that's the case? No. It's just Trump is bad, all bad. He's all about himself. You got to sit back and ask yourself, if you were in Trump's position, would you and you saw people doing that to you all the day, constantly, like he does 24/7 all the time. Would you be like, oh, that's a sensible person and that's a smart person? I want to hear what they have to say because they're so, they see objective truth. They're not biased. They know what the heck they're talking about. No, you wouldn't. Let's be realistic. Blinded by feelings, blinded by emotions causes you to look insane to someone, obviously, to strangers not feeling what you're feeling. That's why you can never be led by them. You can never trust them when it comes to, moving in your outward life, interacting with other people, making decisions that affect other people. You gotta think for yourself and stop allowing mainstream media, stop allowing your sister, your brother, your best friend, the government, these elitists think for you. So, Democrats, you're not always right. Be teachable. Be humble. Because this cocky ish got y'all looking crazy because y'all are proven wrong about a bunch of stuff as of lately. Y'all said we were gonna be in ruins when President Donald Trump got in office. Everybody would be deported. Every Mexican that was on here would be deported. We'd be in ruins again. And it's just not the case. So you look dumb. Again, we said this in 2016. Now we're in, now we're in 2025. You can't keep saying the same ish and people just going along with it. People that use their brains are not just going to believe stuff you say just because you want us to feel shame or feel emotionally riled up just because, it's what your whole party is doing, what the left, the liberals, the Democrats are doing. No, we're over that, man. You tried it the first time, kind of got away with it. Now we are over it. We are done. We are so done. It's so funny how so many Democrats claim their opinion as if it's fact with no actual facts, no hardcore evidence backing behind what they believe. It's like the definition of delusion. Imagine a case where a detective says he found out this new information or believes this his opinion to be true with nothing to back it. There's no fingerprints, there's no um footprints, there's no anything to justify what he believes to have happened in the situation. You would look at him crazy, and that's how we're looking at you guys. Crazy, because you look crazy. Just pulling out scenarios out of the sky in order to justify your dislike for President Donald Trump and for and for Republicans and people on the right. Gotta grow up, man. This is literal degenerate behavior. Degeneracy at its best. At its worst and its best, whichever you want to see it as. And it's crazy. I have a older video. If you guys look back, I said in that video that Black people equal degeneracy as of lately. And I hate that that's true, but it is. When other races of people see Black people, they clutch their purse. They walk on the other side of the sidewalk, and it's all for good reason. It's all for a reason. Right? You can be mad about it, but you see Black people alluding and being loud and ratchet, disrespectful, unreasonable. And that's why other races of people don't like us, because we engage in too much. Too many of us engage in degenerate behavior. And now that is the Democrats. Too many of the Democrats are included in so much degeneracy that now, by definition, it's like degeneracy equals Democrats now. Literally. And there's this video, I reposted it on my Instagram story today, or the other day. And it's a video of a bunch of people actually mocking and making fun of the little boy, the 13-year-old boy. His name is DJ Daniel Devar Joy. J, pardon me. Daniel. I think it is Devar J. Daniel. And they are joking him in this video. And it's so ugly. They're harassing him, laughing at him, making fun of him, all because he's wearing his uniform. And I hate to say it, it was a whole bunch. And oddly enough, not so oddly enough, it was all Black people that were doing so. All Black people, men and women, laughing at this man. And this 13-year little boy is Black also, by the way. Just disgusting behavior. That's literally what I said. Because there's no other way to justify. You don't see any groups of a race of people doing that, of a different race doing that. It seems like it's always us. And I freaking hate it. It's like I want us to be looked at like, sensible people, respectable people. We keep doing stuff that not only disrespects other people, but disrespects ourselves. Oh, so upset. Got my eye twitching, Lord. Jesus, fix it. But yeah. I was just over it. And this video came out after after President Donald Trump showed him in the what was it, the congressional address he had the other day. It came out after, but it happened a year prior. And it got dug up by a guy named, I think his name is BizKid on Instagram. I think I'm saying that right. He dug it up and reposted it on his page to give people insight on how badly that our own people treat our own people. Just because they may look different, just because they may think different. And that is the it's a level of evil that, oh, I just can't deal with it. I don't think I could ever look at somebody the same, those people in that video the same, and think they've grown into better individuals after seeing that video. Because it's just common sense. It's not being young and dumb and, drinking underage and stuff like that. Even though I don't believe in young and dumb, that people try to use that excuse. Cool. You can't use your excuse for this. This is just you being an ugly, horrible human being. There's no come from getting away from this. Oh, that video made me so mad. You guys don't even know. So there's that. And these Democrats, like, oh, don't get me started on Congresswoman, pardon me, Jasmine Crockett. Lord, I've seen her too much. I've seen her more. I hate that I even know this woman's name. I've seen her more than I'd like to have seen, but she's just so praised in the Democratic Party by degenerates. I see her all the time. Her, Congressman Al Green, removed from the congressional chamber when Trump is doing his speech. And it's just like, oh my gosh. It's always Black people. Now, okay, let me start with Jasmine Crockett, and I'll get into what Al Green did. I'll get into a little more detail. Jasmine Crockett put out this video dancing to the song Not Like Us, the remake Kendrick Lamar actually did of the song Not Like Us that he did for the Super Bowl performance. And he does a different kind of intro, whatever. She used that exact same song, the exact same intro from the Super Bowl, and she danced to it. And she did it to tell her supporters to boycott Trump's joint session of Congress. And I'm just like, girl, you were telling other people, this woman that has a fantastic job. Trump has never called her out specifically, has done nothing to this woman, and she just spews out so much hate for this man. Again, unnecessarily so. You're fine. You have one of the greatest jobs you can have in the country. Maybe most stressful, but a little stressful, but it's a good paying job. And you're over here telling other people to not do their job, to not show up, just because you don't like Trump, just because you don't like somebody. Who operates like that? Who operates like that? Who doesn't go to work just because they don't like their coworkers or, their boss? That would be everybody. Oh my goodness. Nobody would have a job. Nobody would have a job, but somehow there's CEOs and there's employees. So what the heck? You think you're an exception to some type of rule? What rule is that? You think it's cute to be dancing around saying not like us and with your umbrella lashes, gosh, ugly, and with your weave, talking about he not like us, dancing with your tongue out, ratchet as hell. Like, you're not cute. You're not cute to anybody that of substance that actually matters. Again, not having respect for yourself, so nobody is going to respect you. You think that's cute? Dancing around with your tongue out, with your little posse behind you, 2 other Black women behind you, dancing it's not cute. You look like a joke. The people praising you up are just as much of a joke as you are. So stop. Just stupid. Just stupid. And then there's Al Green. Whew, Congressman Al Green. He got removed from the congressional chamber the other day for speaking loudly, yelling. Let me just say, yelling at President Trump about budgets that Trump wants to put in place that will get rid of Medicaid, and says, oh, my people, I know so many people that are on Medicaid and these budgets will affect them negatively. It's like, if you really cared that much, you would do something in order to, help God. It's just like fake outrage. Again, they just want to be mad about something. And to yell and scream in a professional, in something, in a place that's supposed to be professional and everybody else is being classy and having some decorum, you have to be loud and ratchet it just has to be in you. It has to be done because it's in you. It's like you can sit there for 2 seconds. I mean, you can sit there for as long as, sorry, however long this went. This meeting went, the session went. You can sit there and be respectful and say what you had to say and at a more appropriate time. No, you had to be loud and make a scene because you wanted attention, one. And you just wanted to play victim because you've been so conditioned to not like President Donald Trump. And trolls, other fellow degenerates and Democrats were saying, "Oh, but this is a freedom of speech country. What happened to freedom of speech?" That doesn't apply in settings like this, guys. Like you know when to speak and you know when to not speak. You know how the way you should speak in certain settings and the way you should not speak in certain settings. Like, come on now, it's literally common sense, guys. Stop justifying effed up behavior. Two black people. One gets kicked out, the other one's not going to her job. What's admirable about that? What do you think you're gonna gain doing that, Jasmine? I really want to know. What do you think you're going to gain by doing that? Or you gained in doing it? Did you gain something? Did I miss something? There's no gain. Except some attention on the internet from people that you wouldn't hang out with, people you wouldn't respect. So why be all hype about their comments and opinions? I hate that it's two black people that made fools of themselves. Like, there were other races of people obviously on the Democratic side that were in the congressional session, but they weren't loud. Some of them wrote on signs and what they wanted to say, but weren't yelling, weren't screaming, weren't cussing, wasn't doing any of that. They just sat down the whole time. And if they stood up, but weren't loud. It was a black man. Excuse me, and it's not because he was black, not because he was black. I mean, Trump was being racist. We all saw he was the main one. He was the only one that stood up and it was yelling consistently at Donald Trump. And they let him, I watched the video, they let him pass a bunch of times. They were giving him grace. They're like, "Oh, sir," asking him to sit down or saying, "If you don't sit down, this is going to happen." When I think the first time he tried, because he knows not to do that. Like, there shouldn't have been no first warning, second warning, third warning. There should have been like, "Oh, you did this, get out." But there's always grace given. Donald Trump is never acknowledged for the grace he gives, the kindness he gives. It's always when he puts his foot down and does something like, "Oh, you're not effing with us," when having a meeting with Zelensky. Now people want to be outraged, like, "You did this, you did it," but not want to acknowledge all the BS, the niceness he did beforehand. Insane. It's like when you keep poking a bear and then it retaliates, it bites your ear off. And you're like, "Oh," you're crying about how could he do that? But don't want to acknowledge you were, and then conveniently leave out in the story that you were constantly poking the bear, provoking the bear to attack you. That's what this is. That's what the equivalent to this is. It's again, only insane people think and move this way. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. It's very cringe. It's like, y'all need to seek professional help at this point, or locked up in a vicinity the way you move, because there's no logic behind it. There's no human-like behavior behind it. So I think I know I'm completely outraged in this behavior. And what I noticed also, oops, I'm over here putting my elbow on the keys. What I noticed also is that people that are in the Democratic Party, none of them are people that you really can respect. One, they're ugly. Two, they're fat. Three, they have no money. They have no resources. They have no connections. They have no influence. 7, the list goes on and on. None of them. You got Jasmine here with the Cumbrella lashes. You got Al Green. I thought it was very interesting that I was listening to a little bit of PBD's podcast again, Patrick McDavid, and one of the other guys that is on the show, I forgot his name. I have a blank right now. Not Vinny, but the other one. He said, if you just look at, Al Green and Donald Trump, compare them to, because Representative Al Green is only a year younger than President Donald Trump, but Al Green walks with a cane and Trump doesn't. They're not physically motivated to do anything because they don't have the mindset of motivation. They just have the mindset of a victim, and the mindset of victim just sits and complains all day and doesn't take action and find results and make moves in order to get even better results. So yeah, I just noticed that there's no Democrat that's out there that I have respect for, that I like, that I want to be like. And I want you guys to sit back and think about that too. Nobody that voted for Kamala Harris is somebody that I would want to have at my dinner party. Nobody that I'd want to, stand beside when, I don't know, I'm out at a party or just out and about going shopping. I don't want them around me. So I really thought about that. I thought that was very interesting. Very interesting. Because the mindset of Republicans, the mindset of independents, the mindset of the people on the right, the mindset of conservatives, we are looking for great change. We're looking for solutions to problems. We are understanding that we may disagree with someone, but what is the ultimate outcome of what this person really wants? Can it be something I want? Again, we are not so set on our beliefs that we're not able to at least hear out other beliefs. We're not so set on hating an individual. We're set on, what is this person doing, that could benefit us? What can I do to make sure, I can help what I deem to be as a problem? We have completely different mindsets, which causes us to be more respectful, more respectable, and live easier lives. When the people on the left, it's so funny, they're complaining constantly about struggle and hardship, and it's just like, well, look at the way you think. Look at what you're complaining about. Your words have so much power. If you're always complaining about a problem and not talking about solutions, they're both talk. But if they're only getting one side, that's all the brain. It doesn't matter if you maybe think about solutions. It matters what you're saying at your mouth. Both matter, but when you speak it out, it's like it's in the universe. When people say put things in the universe, that's literally what you're doing when you're speaking. So if you're constantly complaining about problems, you are going to experience problems. Now, y'all can be like, Danielle, you're complaining about a problem right now. Not complaining, guys. I just want better for us. And I'm also speaking about the solution, guys. The solution is stop being hypocrites. Start being more open-minded. Stop not liking your coworkers and certain family members just because they disagree with you on, Kamala being a great president. At least hear them out and don't hate them. Right? I don't hate people that are Democrats. Again, I don't. There's a lot of family members I have that are on the Democratic side. I don't hate them. It's just I don't admire them, and we don't hang out, and we just keep it cute. We come together for family get-togethers, and we keep it pushing. but the respect is there. There's a lot of people that don't like me, but the respect is there. I don't have any respect for somebody who outwardly hates people for no valid reason. I can't stand people that make fun of a 13-year-old boy that has experienced something so tragic in life just because you think his outfit looks funny, his uniform? Are you freaking joking? I can't get with that program. I would never want to be a part of that program. Fact. It's a fact that, if you look at a bunch of people who are Republicans now, they were once Democrats. But people that were Republican from the jump don't switch over to Democrats. Because it's like they know how effed up it is. It's like, again, in the Matrix, they woke up and saw what the truth was and how to win in life and all those things that are great in life. And we're like, no, we don't want that degeneracy. We're good. But it's like Democrats have to be led. People that have been Democrat their whole life have to be led to the truth and typically stay there or become an independent, which I think is best to be. I'm independent. That just shows you speak for you, think for yourself and don't associate with a party because, both can be on the extremes, extremely right or extremely wrong about certain things. And you can agree with certain things and not agree with certain things and come together and kind of develop your own party. Cool. But yeah, I think that's so interesting. Democrats aren't admirable. There was a time when Democrats, Republicans and Democrats could disagree, but the respect was still there from the Republican side and I guess independent kind of thinkers back then. They still had the respect from the Democrats because the Democrats held themselves in a way that made you want to respect them. They just agreed to disagree and kept it pushing. They weren't out here being disrespectful, hateful toward anyone. They acknowledged you disagreed and kept it pushing. But nowadays, it's so funny that people are talking about Donald Trump forming a cult. It's like, y'all are the cult. Y'all are the ones that follow us. You're going to be exiled from the Black community. We're going to no longer invite you to the cookout. Again, it's so funny how the left and Democrats, they love to call out other people for doing what exactly it is that they're doing. And even though, as of lately, also, I will say this, the Republican Party has been not as admirable as I thought it to be in the past as well, but they're nowhere near how far left and far gone the Democratic Party is right now. Nowhere near as disrespectful, hateful when it comes to actions. This is freaking insane. I'm cringing at you, Democrats. I am, and so many other people are. Independents, Republicans, free thinkers, people that actually think. We are thinking you're crazy. We're thinking you're cringe. We're thinking you need to be locked up in a mental institution. It's gonna be interesting seeing them trying to gain that respect back. Our respect back. But it can happen. But in order to do that, Democrats, we gotta stop doing degenerate-ish. Excuse me. We gotta stop being unnecessarily disrespectful. We gotta grow up. And if you're a Democrat watching this, it starts with you. Be adult enough to think about how you move. And this is not all Democrats, guys, again, but I'm not talking about the exceptions here. I'm talking about the rule, or I'm talking about the majority. Let me say that, guys. So even if you're not that, I guarantee you there's somebody in your life that is. And again, it starts with you. If it's not within yourself, call that out in others. It's okay. If they get upset, cool. That just proves my point even more. That's you growing up and being an adult and acknowledging that only thinking your opinion is the right opinion. It's crazy behavior. It's selfish behavior. And it's not right. And if you're that person, start your healing journey now. Do some research, pray, whatever it is you got to do. Figure it out. Because no one's going to save you but you. It starts with you. There could be other people that try to help you, but it's up to you to want to accept the help. Stop being so cringe. And let's keep it respectful. Let's start using our brains and not using our emotions to react. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right, guys, like this video if you like this video. Please comment always. I love to hear you guys' opinions, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, no, no. Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel, tú tienes el piquete. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel, tú tienes el piquete. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. Amarte es mi maña, que lo que toca mi mano se daña. Pero amor es lo que dicen, como un color entre los grises. Yo nunca te fallé, tú no eres cualquiera. Tú eres la mujer, mi corazón anhela. Pasan por ahí todas esas poses que tú conoces. Gracias a mi mujer, ni tu amigo, pero en vivo solo contigo disfruto el show, bebé. Alright, cita, dime pa' dónde vas, que yo te caigo donde sea. Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel, tú tienes el piquete. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel, tú tienes el piquete. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. Somos Adán y Eva, y estoy listo pa' tomar el castigo. Yeah, y todo lo prohibido y los pecados que tú y yo hemos cometido. Pasan por ahí todas esas poses que tú conoces. Gracias a mi mujer, ni tu amigo, pero en vivo solo contigo disfruto el show, bebé. Alright, cita, dime pa' dónde vas, que yo te caigo donde sea. Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel, tú tienes el piquete. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel, tú tienes el piquete. De la origami.